Three signs someone is emotionally unavailable. And most people tend to ignore sign number two. I think we've all been there. You meet someone, the chemistry feels electric, and you think to yourself, I think this is it. But then things start to change. Things feel a little different. It's almost as if you try to hold on to water, but as we know, the tighter you grip the water, the faster it evaporates. Listen, emotional availability isn't just a catchphrase, it's actually the heartbeat of our connection. If that's missing, you're actually not building a bridge, you're hitting up against a concrete wall. Now, let's talk about sign number one. They avoid deep emotional conversations. Now, I'm not telling you that every date should turn into a therapy session. Absolutely not. But what I am saying is that if ever you're in a conversation and you're talking about your feelings or a dream or even a rough day at work, and the conversation shifts to it being a joke or the whole conversation changes, that's a red flag. Because what they're really telling you is that I'm only here for the fun version of you. And they aren't really equipped to handle the real version of you. This is what you call them putting up that shade, keeping themselves covered. Because what they're saying is that I don't want you to see too much into me, and I'm not equipped or don't choose to see too much into you. Now, let's talk about number two, the sign that I say most people ignore. Healthy relationships, when they have disagreements, it's actually a great opportunity to grow. But when you're emotionally unavailable, that actually feels like a threat. They tend to use the distance as a shield. And they might do things such as stop texting you, stop talking, many even ghost you for a while. Because what this is really saying is that I'm not ready to sit down and have this threatening conversation. When you're emotionally unavailable, you tend to do more of defensive mechanisms, like what I just explained to you. But I think what's most important here is that when someone puts you at a distance, when you're feeling as though we have a conflicting situation, what it's really saying to you is that I'm sorry, but I'm not in a position to love you the way you need me to right now. And finally, let's talk about sign number three. They keep you guessing about where you stand. It's almost as if one day they're all in, and the next they're busy for 3 straight days. You actually find yourself analyzing the emojis as though you're trying to figure out some code. Listen to me. Clarity is a form of kindness. If someone wants to build a life with you or even a solid connection, you wouldn't have to wonder. If you feel like you're performing for a role in a movie that they have already filled with their fare, maybe it's time for you to stop performing. Here's the truth: you cannot fix someone into being available, and you certainly can't love someone into being ready. We often think if we just give more or wait longer, they'll finally open up. But all that actually does is drain your own battery. Listen, your energy is your main resource. You know what you could do? Stop spending your time on people who actually have their closed sign permanently placed in their window. Emotional availability is essential for healthy relationships, period. You deserve a connection that feels like a safe harbor and not a guessing game. If you're tired of those guessing games and you're ready to find out exactly where your connection stands, I have created the connection audit. Click the link below and find out exactly where you stand. You know, the reality is this: oftentimes we find ourselves in these situations because we really just want to be loved. We want to give love and we want to have the love simultaneously at the same time from both partners. But you know what ends up happening and why so many of us ignore number two mostly? Is because we just want to make it right. And we spend much more time focusing on us trying to make it right. What could I have done? What could I have said? What I can do different? Maybe if I listen, guys. I'm Tina Laws, your relationship rescue strategist. And one of the things I've learned over the years of working with ambitious women in leadership, couples, singles, and divorcees, and they're just trying to figure it out for the next time, is that you have to know what you want, how you want it, and how you want to show up and how you want to be received first. If you haven't yet done so, click the follow, like, please share, and I'll see you in the next video. Talk soon.